Fall is coming. Yay. I am currently with Walter. He's on the floor sleeping next to me. We just went for a pretty long walk, and it's kind of warm out today, unfortunately. But a few days ago I could smell the fall air, so that's really exciting. Fall's my favorite color. What the fuck? Can you tell that I'm tired? Fall's my favorite color. Fall is my favorite season. And do I need to explain anymore? Like, the colors, the food, the smells, the movies, the clothes, the everything. Halloween is meant to be celebrated from July 5th all the way through October. You can fight me on that. But I'm excited for fall. I'm really excited to see what fall is like in the big city where I live. I'm used to, I grew up living in small towns, and that has its perks when it comes to fall. Oh my god, my neighbors are being loud. Hey. But yeah, I'm excited to see what fall brings in the big city. But yeah, I literally got so giddy and so happy the other day when I could just smell the dampness of the air and like how cool it was getting. And the past like day and a half has been a little warm, okay? But I just know it's coming, and I feel so excited. I started listening to my Halloween playlist. I went to Spirit Halloween. They had the cutest like zombie seagull thing. So Spirit Halloween's theme this year is like circus themed, and so a lot of the animatronics are like themed around circus, but they had these really cute like zombie seagulls. I went to Spirit with my best friend, and we both really wanted them because we had this inside joke with seagulls, but they didn't have any in store, which was kind of bumming out about. But yeah, we spent the whole evening together on the 21st, and she's going back to school, or she is back at school now. That's the other thing. Not only is fall around the corner, but school's around the corner. I thankfully have already graduated with my associate's degree, and I actually just secured a full-time job that starts in early September, so that's kind of crazy. But she went back to school, and I just really miss her. She's going through some difficult things with her family and her pets, and I've like kind of like been adopted into her family in a weird sense. She's the only friend I have from high school, which is actually batshit crazy. And yeah, she's been struggling at work as well, which is kind of, not to make this about me, because it's her world, her issues, her things that are upsetting her, but it kind of rubbed off on me, and for a little while I felt some resentment towards her, and then now that she's gone, I'm feeling resentment towards myself, which is not a good feeling. There's a lot of shame and a lot of guilt that I'm dealing with right now, and I can admit that I unfortunately don't have the communication skills to bring that up with her. Because, it's not the end of the world. Like, there are relationships in my life and dynamics in my life that are so much worse, that I kind of was just like, it'll kind of like run its course. It'll work itself out. And I think it will, especially like now that we're going to have some space in between us with her being back at school. But it's just, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but it's very, very difficult to comprehend and cope and accept when your favorite person is also the most difficult person to be around sometimes. That's a really tricky thing to navigate, and I don't think I've completely navigated it yet. But just know that if you're dealing with that, you're not the only one. I hear you, I feel you. And at the end of the day, it is not as, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as detrimental as you think it is in the moment. And it sounds so cliche and so corny, but give it a little time. Give it a little time, and I promise it'll work itself out. But I guess that's just one of the many things of dealing with womanhood and girlhood, is that we are so complicated. We are so complex. Yeah, I've just been feeling really in touch with my femininity lately. I'm growing my hair out and I'm loving it. And I have just been wearing a lot more feminine clothing. I've had like the strongest urges to, dress up super femme and be super feminine and appear super feminine, which is weird for me because there was a significant period of time within the past like year and a half where I was like, I genuinely think that I am not a woman. And I just felt so uncomfortable in my skin, and with the features that I had. And I really don't know what made it switch for me, like what made things click into place. But I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and if you guys are familiar with Maddie Drosbeck, slay, and if you're not, you should be. But I was listening to her podcast, and she said something along the lines of like, accepting her attraction to women helped her accept the way her own body looked and accept herself in her skin. And that, I mean, a lot of the things that she says resonates with me, but that really hit home. And I remember doing drawings and illustrations of my own narrative, and just being like, there was a turning point where I was like, hey, I love being a woman and I love the body that I have, and I, accept and embrace my femininity. And it came when I started looking at antiquity and studying art history and things like that. You're looking at Renaissance sculptures and you're seeing, people and bodies and figures like your own represented as works of art in media. And you're like, wow, I love that for me. But then, I personally think that notion got taken even further when I really started accepting and embracing the fact that I like women. I like women and men, but female bodies are just so gorgeous and undeniably perfect no matter how they come. And I just really resonate with that. Having the acceptance that, and you could get into a whole like philosophical psychosis of, a queer person's psyche, but I really think that was transformative for me accepting that I liked women in a sexual way made me appreciate my own sexuality and my own body and my own figure. Being a woman is so beautiful. It has its downsides, but it is so beautiful and gorgeous and important to me and beautiful. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful today, beautiful tomorrow, beautiful yesterday, beautiful forever and always. Wow. Takes my breath away. Takes my breath away, baby. But yeah, I've had a resurgence of femininity in my life, and one thing though, I've always had regular periods, okay? Not to like completely like turn the tables here, but I've always had very regular periods. But for whatever fucking reason, I have been getting them like every 2 weeks for the past like 4 months. And that's really annoying. But I'm too much of a PUSSY, which don't understand why that's a derogatory term. But anyways, I'm too much of a PUSSY to go to the doctor or, question anything a little further, which is odd for me because I question everything. But yeah, I'm dealing with that right now. So everything is just kind of sucky. And, hi, Walter. Everything's kind of sucky. And, I don't know, just the sacrifice of blood, man. It's, whoa. But I say all these things because, circling back to my femininity has actually been relevant for many reasons, one of which being that I'm starting to get back into my creative practice, which is fun. I moved into an apartment by myself and a roommate back in June, and that was like pretty much directly after I culminated my creative college experience with an exhibition, and ironically that exhibition dealt with femininity and womanhood and queerness and body positivity and acceptance and things like that. Anyways, I digress. I'm finding myself circling back to my practice now that I've kind of settled down a little bit, and I went to a gallery opening a few weekends ago and met the artist that was exhibiting and started talking to her, and we had a lot of the same values in our practice and in our philosophy, and I'm hoping to connect with her a little more because she was incredible, and she actually showed interest in my work as well, which was crazy. But yeah, I'm just feeling very grateful for the femininity and the divine feminine forces that have graced my life. And I've always kind of thought, the spirit and the body and art and writing and your voice and your music and your internal harmonies as a person are all interconnected. And I never really knew why or how to pinpoint it or explain it to people, but it's the divine feminine, baby. It's a divine feminine. No matter how you argue it, it's a divine feminine. The divine feminine is everywhere, and you can't escape it. You can't erase it. It's there. It's permanent. It's here forever. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a powerful thing, and it holds so much life force to it that you can't even put it into words. You can't even describe it. And it ebbs and flows. It comes into your life really heavily sometimes, and then it falls back, and then it rushes back in, and then it pulls itself back, and I am in a place where it's creeping up again, and I cannot complain. I cannot complain at all. I'm so grateful, and I hope that you can see and find the divine feminine in your life, because baby, oh, she's not playing around. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for now. And I guess I will see you again soon. Okay. Bye.